Yo. Welcome back. Let's get started. Raha. Warm fare-thee-wells can ease the sting of partings, as we come to terms with an absence not soon forgotten. To tell those we hold dear what they've meant to us, and to wish them the best. We should seize that chance whensoever we can. In Fate's footsteps, Kryle has a wistful glint in her eyes. Kryle, I trust you were able to get plenty of rest? Good. I thought we might take a moment to ponder our next steps, and perhaps reflect on our recent journey. I must admit my thoughts often drift to the Mist Continent and our stay in Trenno. It was heartening to see the Milala prosper despite the odds, and my own flesh and blood strive in that levin-racked landscape. Raha. Sphene was eager to restore diplomatic relations, and I have no doubt that Alexandria will provide much-needed support for their neighbor. Kryle. I too shall do everything I can to aid my home away from home, my wonderful, welcoming family included. For the time being, though, I'd say we've accomplished all within our power. Raha. I suppose that just leaves the matter of preservation's research. It is yet unclear how Calyx learned the techniques he used to summon his dark primal. And there is likewise much that remains unknown about the key. Let us hope that Shale's efforts bear more fruit. Shtola, can you hear me? Shale and I have been reviewing the decrypted files and have uncovered some intriguing details. Would you care to join us? Kryle. We'll be with you right away. Shtola. Excellent. Shale seems rather eager to speak with you all. Come and find us in the Duturo lab when you're ready. Kryle. Uncanny timing indeed. Let us make for the containment complex. Okay. Get to the elevator. Lift attendant. Heading for the containment complex. Right this way. This place was great. I loved this part last time. Puzzles. They were fun. Shtola. Given that all the data is stored within electrode devices, Shale's expertise has proven invaluable.
You're just in time for a progress report. The decryption is finally complete. As we suspected, the data represents a partial record of Preservation's research documents. A quick scan of the files, however, failed to turn up the information Y'shtola was after.
Indeed. No mention of the Ascians, or primal summoning techniques for that matter. While Calyx doubtless received instruction from someone possessed of such knowledge, There was naught to identify this benevolent mentor. I am, however, pleased to say that we found several reports concerning the key.
We know the key is used to open paths between worlds, and was a treasured relic of the Milala. And just as the Milala were unable to return after reaching the Mist Continent, so too was Preservation unable to gain a mastery of the prize which had passed into their possession. The data suggests that a particular formula or procedure is required. A process which Calyx appears to have understood to some degree. Yet the key proved fickle. Perfectly replicating conditions was no guarantee of success. And even when they did manage to generate a modest portal, the destination was never the one they expected. The reports practically screamed their frustration, describing the experience as being dragged around by a traveler picking roads without rhyme or reason. Serves them right, I say.
After much trial and error, Preservation began to experiment with external actuation devices for the key. Striving to maintain a stable pathway to a chosen location, they conceived of the technology that forms the gate to the Golden City.
So, their tribulations ultimately afforded them control of the key, albeit in a limited capacity. Which, of course, explains why they were able to instruct Zoralja in its use. Thus enabling the unprecedented feat of transferring Everkeep and its environs to the Source. After the Endless Fiend took the key unto herself, she opened pathways to other reflections in her hunt for ether, did she not?
The Milala merely used it to facilitate their exodus. To think what the key has now wrought in different hands.
For all we know, the actuation device augmented the key's power beyond its intended scope. Were your goal to plunder whole worlds of their ether, a tool designed to simply transfer people would likely be insufficient.
Shale, I don't suppose you would be able to remove the actuation device?
The machine made for that very purpose is still functional, thankfully. It shouldn't be a problem.
What do you think? We don't even know how the key works. If the device is somehow interfering or amplifying its capabilities, I believe we ought to remove it.
Give me a moment. My word.
Whoa.
Ishtola?
This is the first time I've beheld the key in all its unobscured glory. The sheer density is extraordinary. 'Tis akin to the structures we saw beneath the Tempest.
Now that you mention it, the ornamentation is reminiscent of Amarot.
Have you noticed anything since the key has been in your possession?
What we say? It gleams like the dawn's first light, or it reminds me of Azim's crystal. Yeah, that one.
You're suggesting the key has some connection with Azim. A plausible theory, although one we are yet unequipped to prove.
My apologies.
Put that shit on silent, man.
Hello? Yes, this is Cryo speaking. That was Ojika with a message for us.
An urgent matter?
I'm not altogether sure. Tataru requires our counsel, and hoped to call upon us in person at the Baldessian Annex. Though disappointed we were not present, she appeared content to wait until our travels brought us back to Sharlayan, insisting that it did not merit our immediate summons. Her tone suggested otherwise, however, and Ojika felt compelled to contact us directly.
Mayhap the time has come for another journey across the salt.
You'd best go. Though I'll not deny that I'll be sad to see you leave.
Thank God.
Oh, Shale. I can't even begin to thank you for all you've done. We will be forever indebted to you and your Oblivion colleagues.
The debt is ours. We'll never forget the sacrifices you've made for us, for Alexandria. In the meantime, I shall keep sifting through the data. You'll hear as soon as I find anything of note.
Actually, I should like to stay here a little longer, if you don't mind.
You are most welcome.
And might I borrow the key for a while? I wish to study it further. With the utmost care, I assure you.
I'd bet.
Well then, shall we be off? Ojika will be expecting us.
Sweet. Stola. Given that preservation could not unlock the secrets of the key, it should come as no surprise that we too struggle to understand its nature. In any event, do give Tataru my regards when you see her. Ah, I ought to mention that we also uncovered information unrelated to the key. According to Shale, certain confidential reports are now accessible via devices in the Researcher's Commons and the Director's Office. You might wish to peruse the files before you depart for Charlian. Sick. I really do wish to do that. I like flavor text. Shale! My colleagues will be just as saddened by your departure. Until we meet again, safe journeys. Rejoice. Rejoice, for Raha Tia's voice actor is back. Thank God. The OG. I mean, the new guy wasn't bad or anything, but man, the OG one's just so good. What's his name again? Jonathan Bailey? I think that's his name. Where's the director's office? Aquí está. Alright. Cluttered side table. Amongst other personal effects, you find what is presumably the director's data tablet. A closed locker stands next to the table. Does it still get the jump scare? The door to the locker swings open easily. Creepy. It contains nothing of note. You quietly shut the locker door. Alright, give me the goss. Examine the data tablet. Upon activating the device, a newly accessible section titled Memory Duplication catches your eye. Memory duplication. It is well known that the Alexandrian royal family promulgated a number of fundamental principles governing endless research. Among these was the strict prohibition on memory duplication. However, in the wake of the storm surge, the provisional government sought to revise this prohibition and make one key exception: Queen Sphene. The decision was ultimately made to equip her endless counterparts with a Tiara variant regulator, thereby enabling the routine backup of her memories. Intriguingly, it was Master Calix who objected most strenuously to this proposal. It was his assertion that one's corporeal form, whether flesh and blood or endless construct, is nothing more than a vessel, and that as a vessel, it is to be modified and experimented upon should circumstances require it. Memory, however, was sacrosanct and inviolable, the very essence of life and personhood. When Master Calix eventually acquiesced to the provisional government's request, a number of this facility's personnel duplicated their memories to verify the efficacy of the technology. Yet Master Calix refused to even entertain the notion. To this day, he has avoided creating even a single backup of his own memories, a resolution which I myself have chosen to emulate. Cool. I like it. Okay, and the Commons, which is where we came from, right? I remember a bunch of this data access terminal being inaccessible. Here we go, data terminal. Courtesy of Shale's decryption efforts, the previously inaccessible research objectives section is now available for perusal. Research objectives. The primary research objective of Containment Complex 10-29 is the indefinite preservation of the endless. Continued improvements to soul cell and regulator functionality are intended to facilitate the Endless Sphene's management of living memory. It is via this process of iteration that we endeavor to identify and resolve any and all issues inherent in endless creation. Chief among known issues is our present inability to control the key. For if we fail to secure the reflections as additional sources of ether, our ultimate goal will remain forever out of reach. Cool. Alright, time to go to old Charlian. Nice of them to include some flavor text. Ojika! There he is. Raha. Oh dear. It occurs to me that I neglected to bring gifts from Tural. Considering the extra work they've had to handle in my absence, I dare say I owe them a veritable mountain of snacks, at the very least. Kryl. I thought it best to hear what Ojika has to say ere we meet with Tataru. I do hope she is well. Yeah, this guy never speaks. Ojika Sunjika. Welcome back. And what a pleasure it is to see you too, Evray. Kryl. Thank you for contacting us, Ojika. We came as soon as we could. Ojika. Of course. I felt it prudent given how troubled Tataru was. Kryl. Your concern is much appreciated. As it so happens, we'd reached a convenient juncture in our investigation. Shale and Ishtola have matters well in hand, leaving us free to make this trip. Ojika. That's a relief to hear. Now, let me fetch Tataru for you. Why don't you take a moment to relax in the main hall? I'm sure you're all still fatigued from your journey. Ojika. I shan't be long, but you can unwind in the main hall while I'm gone. Shan't. Raha. Given how frequently Tataru is away on business these days, it is a small miracle we're in the same place at the same time. Kryl. Only now is it beginning to feel like we've actually returned. Such fond memories within these four walls. Yeah. Damn, I want one of these for my room.
Planning your next journey?
Oh no, just reminiscing. Thinking back to when you bought this map, and how you all encouraged me to make the voyage to Tural.
Are you glad you did?
As if you need ask.
Welcome back.
Damn. It's been a minute. What will you say? Wonderful to see you again, Tataru. It's been a while. Yeah, I literally just said that out loud. Let's do that one.
I'm so glad you're here.
Ojika contacted us. He intimated that you were rather concerned. Come to think of it, Alphino said he and Alize would pay you a visit upon their return. Have you not seen them?
Damn, he's so good at voice acting.
Oh no, they were here. I was regaled with many a tale of your Turali adventures. It was only once they departed for Garlemord that the rumors came to my attention. Rather alarmingly, void-sent sightings seem to be on the rise across the star. I was reluctant to bother you with mere hearsay, especially when you had more pressing matters to contend with. But earlier I received a confidential report from the Grand Company of Eorzea. It's as if a mighty dam has been breached, flooding the land with foul creatures. For a blessing, most nations have managed to keep the invaders in check, and casualties appear to be minimal thus far. Though the same cannot be said for those regions with a deeper connection to the void. Their fissures continue to manifest without end, putting countless innocents in danger.
A deeper connection to the void. Garlemald is the home of the Reapers, is it not?
It is. Alphino and Alizé were there when the trouble began, and have since sent word that the situation has taken a dreadful turn.
A short while earlier in Tertium. That's the train station place.
Thus concludes the abridged account of our time in Tural. Now I shall leave you with the words of the late Dawn servant, Galul Jar. Ignorance begets strife. Understanding begets fellowship. A notion that rings true for Eorzeans no less than it does for the diverse peoples of Tuliolal.
And for Garleans as well. Even sharing something as simple as a local dish can pave avenues of understanding. It's up to all of us to forge new bonds, together.
Thank you for sharing your tale. Better they hear it firsthand than endure my clumsy retelling. Your words give me hope that we might achieve something similar here in Garlemald.
We all have the capacity to affect change. Our time in Tural taught us that much. And now that we've returned, it's time we rolled up our sleeves and got back to work.
I've already sent missives to the other nations, informing them of our Alexandrian friends. I also intend to notify the Garlean community officially. If both sides are amenable to the proposition, we shall gladly assist in establishing diplomatic relations with Alexandria and Tuliolal.
Thank you. But are you sure you've recovered from your journey? It sounded like you've hardly had time to catch your breath.
Sir!
Lapis Manalis is overrun with void scent. We've sustained heavy civilian casualties.
What?
Tertium Squadron reporting in. We're under attack. Void Scent appeared out of nowhere and ambushed us during a routine inspection. Damn it. Is that another fissure? No, no, no! Ah!
Oof.
My comrades are under attack. We have to do something.
There's no time to lose! Come on!
The Garlean community is ill-equipped to defend themselves against such a threat. Even with the aid of the twins and the Ilzabard contingent, they face daunting odds.
We shall leave for Garlemald immediately.
Thank you. I was able to contact Thancred and Urianger too. They're already on their way. With any luck, you'll be able to rendezvous with them on arrival.
Excellent. Kryl. Clearly we made the right decision to come to Sharlayan, though I dearly wish the circumstances of our return were not so grave. I don't believe we've seen Thancred and Urianger since our battle with the Endless Fiend, have we? They too must have returned here at some point. Tataru. I've been told Alphino and Alizé have withdrawn to Tertium to request aid on the front lines. They seemed intent on rejoining the battle once reinforcements were ready, but I shall tell them to wait until you arrive. Cookies. Tataru. Sorry to send you packing so soon after your homecoming, but Garlemald desperately needs your aid. Two worlds entwined. Rahatia wears a pensive expression. Raha. And just like that, we find ourselves faced with another emergency. Fortunately, there is yet time for us to make a difference. Let us make haste for Tertium. Hey, look, it's Thancred and Urianger. Whoa. Whoa, look at Thancred. Nice. Urianger. Best character in the game. Well met, my friend. Now, let us hearken unto Alphino's words. Man, I want you to talk. Thancred. It's been far too long, Evray. Yeah, man. Alizé. Thank you for coming at such a short notice. I'm glad you're here. Alphino. Ah, Evray. You've made it in time.
You picked a frosty spot for a reunion.
Tataru sent word that you were coming. Full glad am I to see you all. Though I'm afraid this is no time for pleasantries. Planar fissures have opened up across Garlemald, inundating the region with void scent. As far as we can ascertain, there are two focal points of their assault. The Ilzabard contingent are combating the threat in Lapis Manalis. Although they have suffered casualties, they appear to have the upper hand.
As well they should. The many talented Uldan thaumaturges among them should be more than capable of closing any fissures they encounter.
Which leaves the second focal point, the Clutium. Eulus and the Garlean community are attempting to mount a counterattack, but are struggling to cope with the sheer number of void scent. They've fallen back to the north of the Imperial Palace. Can you lend your aid in securing the area?
With your blessing, I would tend to the wounded returning from battle.
Of course, Kryl. Thank you. The quickest route from here to the front is via the train tracks. Once we arrive, we can support the Garlean forces as we make for the fissure in the munitions factory.
I like early dungeon. Kryl. I've often thought that if I had been more adept in tending to the wounded of Solution 9, perhaps not so many would have been lost. I shall do my utmost to see that I do not look back on this battle with regrets. Raha? In these frosty climes, the weather is as much an adversary as any void sense. We ought not tarry. Alpha no. The Clitium once supplied the Imperial Army with all manner of munitions and war machina. Like many such facilities, I am told it had fallen to ruin in the wake of the Empire's collapse. Alizé. Even with Magitech support, the Garleans are struggling to beat back the Voidsent. We must join them as soon as possible. Thancred. I can't say I have your knack for dispatching Voidsent, but our time in Tural gave me many opportunities to hone my skills. You shan't find me wanting. Urianger. I have seen to my preparations. I suggest we sally forth ere the cold wind saps our strength. Damn, he's such a poet, man. I love that guy. Alright, let's read the description. Probably gonna look it up here. Dungeons. The Clitium. Clitium was once the Imperial Army's largest manufactory, supplying munitions and war machines to sustain Garlemald's relentless territorial expansion. Where its cavernous halls once rang with the clamor of industrial production, they now resound with the shrieks of countless Voidsent who emerge from fissures without cease. Euless and the Garlean community hasten to contain the threat, but will need all the help they can get to secure victory. Alright. Who are we bringing? Gotta have the twins, I guess. Thancred. My boy, my boy, my boy. Alright, sorry, Urianger. I think this makeup makes most sense. I haven't seen these guys in forever. Though I'd love Astro. I mean, Urianger to be there. Oh well. Let's have a listen.
My turn.
My turn.
My turn.
I stand ever ready. 'Twould be a pleasure as always.
Our fates are not yet sealed.
Let's give it our all.
'Twould be a pleasure as always.
My turn.
My turn. Alright. I am need system sounds back. And probably gotta lower this a little bit. Actually, not yet. Damn, that guy was a musketeer. I want a musketeer job, man. Let's eat some old food. Pretty cool looking place. What's that sign? Thancred, leave the fodder to us. Don't hold back. Yeah, don't hold back. Water wall. Alright, good luck with that enemy. Oh, the musketeer dude. Pew, pew, pew. No, it's just the machinist. Boring. Whoa. That was cool. Sorry, Thancred. Oh, this is a far water wall.
You're a sight for sore eyes.
Hey, look, they teleported. Oh, don't die. Hey, look, we got Ulysses' full name. Ulysses Pierre Norbanus. Oh my god, Thancred. Oh, no! Oh, this is not good. God damn it, Thancred. Oh, man. Alright, we gotta go single target. Help Thancred out. Kill him faster. Don't die again, man.
Appreciate the help.
You're welcome, Ulysses. Where are you?
We'll handle things from here. Take care of the fisher.
Oh, there he is. Oh, there's the tower. Oh, Babel. I think it was Babel. First Legion of Queers. Ooh, look at that guy. Cool eye. Defeat the eye of the scorpion. Forum Floricumum. Thancred. An amalgamation of beast and machine. Hmm. Huh. Your world is forfeit. Eyes on me. Huh. Man, these guys moved last second. Slightest movement will guarantee your doom. Does that include attacks? Expect stillness. Damn, that was pretty sick. I was gonna keep attacking, but then I saw Alphino sheathe his weapons, so... God damn it. Uh-oh. Damn you, Alizé.
You'll not escape this!
Tancred, that was a strange encounter. Alizé, we must keep going. Grave Presentiment Hat of Healing. Cool. Nice looking cap. Restricted access. Pretty cool map. What's with the purple? Whoa! Holy! How in the hells is it moving so fast? Chort. It's innocence. Lord Vorthree. Suffer, suffer, suffer. Huh. Whoa. Who authorized this? I did not. Oh my gosh. Sick. No, come back. That's my crit hit. Oh. Damn, look at him go. Oh, what? Damn. Damn, he's cool. Basic vomit. Do it. Throw up on the screen. Yeah. Alright, who's taking this? All of us. Damn, body slam. Wait. I'm bad. It's too fast. Probably should have ran the other direction. Wombo combo, man. Die. Cool. Alpha no. Not far to the Clitium now. Clitium. Oh, look at all this. Steel Gateway. That was a really cool arena. Sorry, Thancred. Whoa. Feature armor. Better than taking the stairs. You got that right. Okay. Get all these fissures. Malphus. This game looks like absolute dog water. Damn. Really? I think it looks alright. I mean, it's a pretty old game. It's holding up alright. Plus, I don't do any mods and shit. This is just pure vanilla. I'm sure you can make it look nicer when all your characters have BBLs and shit like that. Alpha note. This one seems more formidable than the others. Alizé, let's put an end to this. Yes.
Welcome to my domain, mortal.
Cool. Ambush disposal. Got a cone? Oh, offering cleave. Oh, okay. Oh. Uh-oh. What the hell is this? Oh wait, I'm the beam. What? Okay, I don't know what the hell just happened. But alright then. I thought I was gonna fire a beam, like the big dude.
Are you alright?
No. Oh shit, okay. In between the two big ones. Over here. Offer him cleave. Again. Ooh, there's one here. Oh, that was a new mech. Nice feet. Damn, this guy's feet are pretty big. Alizé. There's no fight left in them now. Alphino. Alright, Thancred. Don't worry, I have my eye on them. Yeah. Them. Alphino. They still breathe, albeit faintly. It's clearly a he, guys, come on. Don't have to beat around the bush. We need only close the fissure, said Urianger. Rahati. Oh. I'd wager the creature is not long for this world. Ooh, Premagitech Coat of Healing. Me, it's alright, I guess. Alright. Pretty sure Euless is gonna talk to this thing or something.
I think that's all of them.
We need but seal the fissure to prevent further ingress.
It's over. I can only imagine the extent of the damage were it not for your aid. On behalf of the Garlean community, I thank you for all you've done for my people, for my home.
I shall close the fissure post-haste.
Yes, that seems prudent.
You risked your life in vanquishing the creature. Would you at least let me bear the burden of deciding its fate?
Yeah, go for it, man. I don't give a shit.
You want to go back? To the void? Your kind have entered this realm before. Some seeking death that they might rejoin the life stream. But you would choose that dark, deathless place?
The wind is fresh and pure, untouched by darkness. Perhaps it won't be a blessing to meet my end in such a place. But I cannot yet bear to part with the void. If only the winds would blow there, as they do here. I long to return, to see my home unsullied, as it once was.
We know that pain all too well. If that is your wish, you must forsake this aggression. Go back to the void and devote yourself to its restoration. I have a friend, Zero, who hails from your home. She and her companions strive to bring light into the void from another world blighted with imbalance. I hear their efforts have already met with some success. One day, they'll drive the darkness from the void, I'm sure of it.
This form is imbued with the will of all those I consumed. We shall return to our world and seek out this Zero. Then we shall see if there is truth in your words.
She won't disappoint you. That much I guarantee.
Bravo! I think Zero will approve.
Oh,
Indeed, that was truly heartening to see.
Understanding begets fellowship, right? I thought I might lead by example.
Well played.
Well then, shall we head back?
Miesz. He's in love with Zero. Thancred. That boy's come a long way. All credit to Zero for nudging him in the right direction. Riange. With the Clitium's fissure sealed, I dare say the Voidsent incursion is at an end. Raha. Voidsent not only absorb the ether of those they consume, but their thoughts as well. With such a legion of minds at their disposal, one hopes they prove a capable ally for Zero. Alphino, you have my heartfelt appreciation. Without your intervention, I have no doubt the casualties would have been far greater. Alize, Euless was quick to put our words, or rather those of the Dawn Servant, into practice. So many people. Euless. Reports have begun trickling in. By all accounts, the Ilsebard contingent was successful in containing the threat on their front. For Voidsent to attack in such numbers just as we were finding our feet, I daren't imagine the consequences had you not provided such timely aid. On behalf of my comrades, thank you. Thank you all. You're welcome. Euless. As you might have gathered, the Dawn Servant's wisdom struck a chord. I only hope my words resonate as strongly with the Voidsent we met. A grave presentiment. Something weighs heavy on Thancred's mind.
The Ilsebard contingent have contained the threat on their front. Things appear to be under control, for the time being. Though it remains unclear why the fissures opened up in the first place. According to Tataru, similar ruptures are occurring across the star.
One thing is clear, however. The phenomenon is not without pattern. The tendency for fissures to emerge is pronounced in regions deeply connected to the void. Places where the barrier between the two worlds is at its thinnest.
I fear there may be a place in far greater peril than Garlemald. Though it hath since been sealed, you will recall there is a great void gate that we ourselves had cause to open. A gate which was instrumental in our bid to reunite Vritra with his sister and put an end to Golbez's dark plot.
Oh gods. The moon.
With our attention fixed upon planar fissures, I failed to consider this vulnerability. All other paths unto the void are but pinpricks in the veil compared to that great lunar rift.
And that rift might be yawning open as we speak. We'd better hurry.
Let us make for Bestway's burrow. I dare say the Loporrits are well aware of current events.
We ought to have Kryl join us once she finishes tending to the wounded.
Nah.
I shall likewise contact Y'shtola. Her knowledge of the moon's void gate is second to none.
A number of my fellow Garleans now call Mare Lamentorum home. Alphino, Alize, please see they come to no harm.
We'll be back before you know it.
A quick word, if you will.
What's up?
I'm not sure whether you'll run into Zero during the course of all this, but if you do, would you give this to her?
Ooh, a love letter. Packed lunch?
Emergency rations, in case of a protracted battle. Can't imagine she's eating all that well in the void. She likes dumplings.
Ooh, woo. I'm just going to take a little nibble. I want some dumplings. Ah, shit, here we go. panic.
We're doomed! Doomed, I say!
Given thy panicked state, I presume the Loporrits too are beset with void scent.
Oh, what sweet relief it is to see you all! Yes, void scent. And lots of them. They suddenly came pouring forth from the crater.
I had dearly hoped to find my worries unfounded.
For some unknown reason, the void gate seems to have partially opened. Living Ray dashed off to activate the brands and halt the Fiend's invasion. But she hasn't come back, and we've since lost contact.
I suggest we make for the brands without delay.
Yes. Stupid quest accepted music. My, can't wait for the new version of that. So sick of this freaking Taco Bell. Yo quiero Taco Bell. Beleaguered Loporrit. Beleaguered Loporrit. My valiant savior! I was so frightened I dared not move in Ilm. Oh, you're looking for Living Way? I think I saw her heading southwest, towards the Drowning Brand. She had several slaughterbots in tow, but I worry there won't be enough for all the void scent. You'd better hurry. Okay. Look at the little cat legs. Whee! Hello, Living Way.
Danger, of course. I knew you would realize our plight and rush to our rescue. Atheris is likewise plagued with void scent. If only we'd prioritized further development of the void scent slaughterbots, we could have stemmed the tide ourselves. Oh, what a tremendous demonstration that would have been. Irrefutable proof that I was mankind's staunchest ally and the greatest Loporrit to ever live! I can practically taste the praise. Fortunately, I was able to activate the brands. Should any more void scent emerge from the gate, they ought to be confined to the crater. Unless, of course, the void gate begins to expand of its own accord, or some gargantuan monstrosity tries to barge through. I don't foresee any major problems. Oh, nope. We're doomed.
There you are.
Hey.
I left the data in Shale's capable hands and teleported here as soon as I heard. And ere you ask, I made sure to bring the key with me.
Good, give it back.
Then the real threat yet awaits us.
'Tis Golbez's domain beyond the Void Gate. I wonder how he and Zero are faring.
Dumplings? Oh. Ooh.
By the 12.
Dude, from her perspective, she must be getting flashbanged. Me too. Cool. Gift of Ethos. Ooh. Ooh, Golbez. Is that Zero? Crash Bandicoot. My friend said the run animation looks like Crash Bandicoot. Whoa. Who's gonna save me? Zero. Oh shit. Oh.
What are you doing here?
Long time no see, amiga. What will you say? A visit felt long overdue. No time to explain. The former. I bring dumplings.
Only you could be so carefree amidst all this.
Yeah,
May as well make yourself useful. The gate's sheer size appears to have made it a tempting target.
Whoa.
Enuo, a dread void scent risen from the benighted depths of the ocean.
Enuo.
They kept to the confines of their domain while Zeromus endured. No longer, it would seem. And once they had discovered a path to the Red Moon, they wasted no time in making the journey.
Leave the void scent nearby to us. You take care of Enuo. Facing this many foes calls for a more familiar approach.
Aw, shit. Reaper time. Nice.
Void scent can change their form at will. Both light and darkness are mine to wield. Besides, what better to purge darkness from the void than darkness itself?
Damn. Golbez is so cool, man. Aw, shit.
Who dares face me? A mere mortal. Hast thou come in search of power? Renown? I fight to end this world without end. All who stand before me shall fall.
Oh shit! Damn, this theme is a banger. Whoa. Wow. Okay. The Unmaking. Damn, this song. Pretty good, man. Born by the key on a gleaming golden path, you emerge onto the Red Moon into the midst of carnage. Your faithful allies of the 13th, Zero and Golbez, battle tirelessly to drive back hordes of void scent, all the while watched by a sinister form in the dark. Wielding the boundless power of the void, the dread sovereign, Enuo, has risen from the depths unfathomable, intent on reducing all existence to still, silence, nothingness. Will their bleak vision of a world unmade be realized? Or will life and light prevail? Damn, nice beats. Well, guess you can't do this with a truss system, so... Holy moly.
dare oppose me shall quake before the silken dark. The Void's power is mine to wield. Perish. Be still. Accept your downfall.
Ow, 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 ow.
Doth the yawning rift not tempt you? The void consumes. Naught will endure. Neither past nor future. Only one
Whoa.
I've breached the darkness. Let the light guide you.
You must break free.
Me first, me first. They tried walking through it, you gotta take it. Oh, that guy getting wrecked. Oh!
The underlings are no more. Now to deal with NOO.
Life and death rendered meaningless.
Light, protect us.
I will not yield my domain.
Sick.
Such is the power of the void.
Oh, damn.
Shall never cease to be. My power is absolute.
Ow.
The Void's power is mine to wield. Nasty all bound will cease to be. Behold the truth of this world! Accept your downfall.
Oh, PvP, man.
Doth the yawning rift not tempt you? Be still. Perish.
Raid wide.
Doth the yawning rift not tempt you? Be still. Nasty all boundaries cease to be.
They must be sealed away.
Memorial power. Nine. Well done, healers. Oh, well done, tank. Ooh, gold bears. Inuo's reign is at an end. 0. It's over.
We would have struggled to face Enuo alone. I presume you journeyed here to prevent more Voidsent from passing through the gate.
Right you are.
With Enuo defeated, there are none left in this realm who pose a serious threat. I dare say the problem is resolved.
What will you say? Alas, Voidsent have been emerging from fissures across the source. Or have you noticed any abnormalities in the void of late? It's probably going to be both when I pick either of them, so let's just go with the latter.
Nothing comes to mind. Why'd you ask? So the breach wasn't limited to the Void Gate. For better or worse, precious little has changed in the 13th since Zeromus fell. Have you noticed anything unusual?
I know not the reason events have unfolded this way, but there is, perhaps, an explanation as to why the Void Gate and the fissures opened. Here, in my domain, even the slightest change is keenly felt. When the gate opened, I sensed not the workings of some external force. Rather, it felt as if the barrier between our worlds was weakening naturally, moment by moment, until the two came to meet.
And you think this weakening could be happening elsewhere?
'Tis a possibility.
What of Radzatan and Garlemald? Eulus took mercy upon the interloper. Whether Voidsent or Garlean, we all share the same longing for home. Should we meet, I will gladly offer them aid. Please tell Eulus as much. Wait, how exactly did you get here? No mortal could traverse the Void Gate in its current state.
Ooh.
And this path of yours is still there. I cannot see it.
Cool. Only I can see it. Damn. Schizophrenia.
Nor does it reveal itself to me. Perhaps the path serves only the key bearer.
That's me.
So it is not a means to travel freely back and forth. A pity. I would have liked to see my friends again.
Oh. Made us sour the mood, man. Now seems an opportune time to give Zero the parcel Euless prepared for her. Ooh, the spooky music. Golbez, that key of yours intrigues me. Had my former self known of its existence, I might have sought different means to reach the source. Zero. Something for me? Indeed. Package of dumplings. A paper parcel full of still warm dumplings, packed with care by Euless. How are they still warm? Zero. That smell. Food, is it? Ah, I recall Euless speaking of the dumplings his mother used to make. Thank you for the parcel. And the fond memories. There's more than enough to share with Golbez. Now that he forgoes the ether of others, I'm sure he'll appreciate the sustenance. I sometimes wonder what the Void would be like if culinary traditions flourished here once more. Whether it would suffice to break the cycle of mutual consumption. A heartening thought, if nothing else. Ooh, Codex entry. Not gonna read it now. I'll do it at the end. I'd like to know when they became available. Euless and Living Away. Okay. I'll read all of those at the end. A beacon from beyond. Zero has something to discuss with you. Zero. Until our battle earlier, I hadn't called upon darkness in some time. In truth, I find light a better fit these days. Ever since you left, we've been roaming the void in search of individuals who would join our cause. Although we returned to the Red Moon after sensing Enoo's presence, rarely do we linger in a single location. However, if the interloper you spoke of does intend to seek me out, it might be wise to return to my domain. Why don't you join us? With Enoo defeated, the source should be in no immediate danger. Imminent danger. Good. We'll wait for you by the crater. I miss Zero. Zero. I presume you remember traveling by Nizrock? Once we reach the surface, the creature will convey us to my domain. Golbez. There is a teleporter situated between here and the center of the moon. I used it to travel to the surface in days long past, though I seldom had need once my generals were in place. Igyorm herself crafted the device that I might lay low the Servant of Light. Ironic that we now use it, seeking to restore light to the void. Ah, forgive my idle reminiscences. 'Tis time we made our descent. Travel to Zero's domain via the teleporter? Yes. Wow, never thought I'd come back here. Golbez. There are many in this domain who still fear me. I shall remain here to avoid needless provocation. Do I go talk to them before talking to Zero? Yeah. At least these three. They're not that far. Amiable Void Scent. Ever since she brought you to this domain, our numbers have swelled. We grow tired of conflict. Waiting, Void Scent. I waited an eternity for Zeromus to save this world, but my faith was misplaced. In the end, it was Zero who brought us hope. She's the reason I keep coming back here, day after day. Oh, there's a lot. Oh, more over there. Alright, I'll only talk to these 5 and then I'll come back. Look at how to speak to them anyway. Deserter Void Scent. Zero is amazing. Truly Golbez is equal in every sense. Empty-eyed Void Scent. Leave me be. I can respect that. Oh, that's the thing he was talking about. What did they call it? Nizrock. Yeah, now it rings a bell. Hungry Void Scent.
That must be Golbez. I would gladly consume his ether if I stood the slightest chance of not being gobbled up first. Blub, 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 blub.
Zero. Though it was not always so, many who live here now have chosen to do so because they support the cause. Indeed, if our numbers continue to grow, we may require more territory. Thankfully, we were able to harness the residual ether from Babarich's domain. Those reserves will enable me to expand mine as the need arises. Right, we had best prepare for our potential guest. Join me in my abode when you're ready. Ah. Now I can wander. Hey, cool, I can use a mount here. Got a floating brick. Is that intentional? There's another one. Probably intentional. Chiriato. Golbez is even stronger than Barbaricia was. I thought it best to keep out of his way. That said, Farfarello tells me Golbez isn't so frightening these days. Perhaps he absorbed the will of someone less terrifying? Vicious Void Scent. Well, I appear to have made a complete recovery after the ignominy of starving to death. Maybe my fellow Void Scent here can be trusted. Alright, the abode's over here. Oh no, it's in here. I thought it was over here. Wasn't this enterable? Ah, yeah, it was. Squid-headed Void Scent.
How are you faring, mortal?
I've been training to alter my form just like Zero. I'll be the very essence of beauty. Just you wait and see. You're beautiful already, man. Very Cthulhu. Very Baldur's Gate. They put a lot more NPCs in here than I thought they would. Troyan manservants. Look, they're bathing.
No longer will I partake of the ether of other beings, not even if I shrivel and starve. Bleh.
Okay, this should be the last section up here. I think there was some kind of cowardice dude up here before. Although, if I remember correctly, that was that guy down there. So I guess he's moved. Because he used to be up here. If it's the same NPC. Which I think it is. Oh, sick. Skirt. Alright, let's get to 0. Zero. I imagine you remember these. The transmitters we used to receive light from the first. If memory serves, they work by channeling excess ether left in the wake of the flood into the Crystal Tower. Using the tower's cross-rift travel capabilities, light is then conveyed onto the 13th and into these devices. I have a mind to use them now, but they'll need to be set in an elevated location. Your assistance would be greatly appreciated. Using the transmitters in here won't suit my plan. We require higher ground. Okay. Ether transmitter. This compact contraption facilitates the flow of ether when used in conjunction with other identical devices.
Upon activation, these transmitters will shine with light from beyond, sent courtesy of our ever-watchful friends. They will serve as beacons in the dark for those that would seek me out.
Hey. What up?
Immortal Nullus. I did not expect to see you here.
I am Zero, and this is my domain. 'Tis a safe haven for those who abhor conflict. Among those gathered here, many aspire to restore this world to how it once was.
Such a thing is possible?
Indeed. Though how long the endeavor will take, I cannot say. But for those of us abandoned by death itself, what do we have but time to try, and try again?
Very well. slightest ambiguity, you cannot stop true. However long it takes to restore our world, you shall have my aid.
And you shall have mine.
Cool. 0. It would seem Eulis's intervention has helped forge a new bond. Thank you for bringing word to me. I gather you'll head home sooner rather than later? I did speak with everyone already. And I really doubt they're going to have updated text. Except for Golbez, maybe Golbez will. Oh, actually, he's probably standing in the exact same spot as before. Can I see him? It's too far away. Yeah, no, I really doubt it. Alright, let's get out of here. Then let us return to the Red Moon. I'm sure you won't begrudge me a proper farewell.
Would you deliver a message to Eulis for me? Tell him that we're making progress towards rebuilding our home. And I hope that he is too.
Enuo's Memoria will be safe here. The crystal containing Zeromus has been passed on to our allies in the First. If Enuo's Memoria might serve them in restoring their world, we shall likewise consider its transfer.
How much simpler it would be to aid one another in our respective fights, were it not for these boundaries between us. Safe travels, my friend. We take comfort in the knowledge that you're out there fighting too, wherever you may be.
Bye now. Take care. Surprise, motherfucker.
No luck, I'm afraid. It appears he's not in Mare Lamentorum.
Right behind you. What's up?
Wait. Is that?
It's Ornstein. What's he doing in this video game?
God, you had us worried. You suddenly disappeared. We didn't know what to think.
Shortly after you vanished, the Void-sent incursion abruptly ended. We surmised you had a hand in that, but never did it cross our minds that you were fighting alongside Zero and Golbez.
This golden path you said you traversed wasn't visible to us either. Nor did we hear a voice. Ethos. Might this be the key's true name?
While many mysteries remain, for now, I am glad to learn the state of affairs in the 13th. Golbez's suspicion that the barrier twixt worlds has begun to weaken. 'Twould certainly explain the surge in fissures manifesting in the source.
Yet what could be behind such a phenomenon?
Asians.
And who might you be? Not a void scent, I'd wager.
Damn, look at him. Such a gangster.
Greetings. I am Helmerut of the Asians. We are your sworn foes, I know. But on this occasion, will you not put away your arms? I wish only to talk. Thank you for affording me a chance.
Bereft of the Unsundered, we were under the impression you and yours no longer had cause to continue your activities. That you should reveal yourself at this juncture. I assume you are the one who bestowed Calyx with the knowledge of summoning and the reflections.
Yes, that is correct.
Was it necessary to reveal my present form as well?
Calyx. So he succeeded in transferring his memories after all.
Be at ease. Even were I to occupy a combat-oriented vessel, I would not have the ability to defeat you. You destroyed my plan, my life's work. I have naught to replace it, nor will I ever regain what I once had.
If you wish to speak, Helmerut, will you not tell us what it is that you hope to accomplish?
As you know, our star Aetheris was sundered into 4 and 10 shards in the time of the Ancients. As the will of the star, Hydaelyn perpetuated this unnatural division for millennia. And in the wake of her passing, nature has begun to reassert itself. As a wound knits itself together, the star seeks to become whole once more. Yes, it seeks to rejoin with all of its shards. Unlike the one we Asians attempted to orchestrate, however, the star's rejoining will afford mankind no special treatment. All life and matter will be condensed into a single whole, and remade for a new beginning.
A complete rebirth. Aetheris will return to the way it once was. Hundreds of millions of years past. To a quiet and peaceful time. Long before the light of mankind was kindled.
Supposing for a moment we believe you, how can you possibly know all this?
It is an inevitability that I have foreseen since time immemorial. A future that awaits should creation be freed from the influence of Hydaelyn and Zodiark. The star is tolerant to life. It holds no grudges, and neither rages nor weeps for being sundered. Yet by the same token, it is indifferent to life's survival. No amount of devastation and death can compel it to stop the wheels of creation from turning. The earth shakes, and mountains spew fire. Floods wash away the fruits of labor, and icy winds freeze and starve. Countless perish as nature runs its course. So many seeds of life have already been lost, yet in spite of this, people continue to believe that the morrow will come. But it will not. For nothing lies beyond the solstice, when all creation is reunited. When that day comes, every last trace of mankind shall be erased. I cherish man's journey. Despite losing his innocence and being made to live with suffering, he has forged ever onward. Strong, even as he is weak, his is a proud tale in the history of the star. It would be a shame for that tale to end. For all to wither and die, when some might yet survive. Would you not agree?
If a natural rejoining doth lead unto the solstice, then thine intent is to preemptively rejoin the worlds.
Correct. It was for this very purpose that Halmarut recruited suitable collaborators from the Reflections. Individuals like me, who would willingly doom another world in order to fulfill their aspirations. The Winterers, we are called. And if you and yours seek to protect all life, then sooner or later you shall have to contend with us.
Even if everything you claim is true, what you've done, Calyx, it's unforgivable!
I do not ask that you be pragmatic, nor do I seek your approval. Given your familiarity with other reflections, 'tis only natural that you are averse to our methods. But there is one irrefutable fact that you must understand. Should we take no action at all, the solstice will come, and no one will be left alive. No one. Of course, should it serve to satisfy your ambition, you are welcome to deal with the reflections as you deem fit.
Extreme close.
Like the pariah and wanderer who satisfied his own when he brought the star to the brink of ruin to face you.
No way.
Wait!
Like the pariah and wanderer who satisfied his own when he brought the star to the brink of ruin to face you. You talking about Xenos? Stola. Though I am tempted to dismiss a preemptive rejoining as an utterly absurd solution, her words are not to be taken lightly. Tancred, trust the Asians to be plotting something utterly reprehensible. Urianger, the Asians once labored to resurrect the Zodiac and bring back those who rendered up their lives to summon him. For the sake of those who now live, we fought tirelessly to oppose them. If Almarut doth truly seek a rejoining to avert this solstice, to ensure some survive when otherwise all would perish, then our interests are not so disparate. Yes, well said. Alphino. ... Nice. Alize. Almarut can't be speaking the truth. Can she? Cryle. You'll have to forgive me. I'm still coming to terms with it all. To think that individuals of Calyx's ilk, or worse, exist on other shards. So many people. Living way. There you are. One moment you were standing before me, and the next you'd vanished into thin air. Thanks to you all, the Voidsent have been eradicated, and the gate lies sealed once more. There's been nary a peep from the crater, though I can't help but notice none of you seem to share my enthusiasm. Is something wrong? The star seeks to become whole? But that's preposterous. As far as I'm aware, Heidelin made no mention of a natural rejoining. I ought to consult the records to be certain. But not before thanking you for dispatching the Voidsent so handily. You well and truly saved the day. Cream coffee. Oh, churrasco. Yeah, it's all the same, right? Yeah. Yep. Living way. I realize present circumstances are hardly conducive to doing so, but please try to get some rest while you can. I know I would be exhausted after your trials in the void. Trail to the heavens. Final quest. Alphino continues to grapple with Almarut's disclosure. Alphino. The implications of the solstice and the Winterer's schemes, as well as our approach moving forward, will take time to consider. To that end, I believe we should gather and speak in person. And by we, I mean all our fellow scions. Alizé. For a change of pace, why don't we convene at the Rising Stones? I'm sure Tataru and the others would be happy to meet us there. Alphino. A fine idea. In many ways, our return is long overdue. No doubt we could all use some respite after Garlemald, but I trust there are no objections. 'Tis settled then. To the Rising Stones. Just like old times. Cool. Living way. Rest assured, we will do all we can to support your endeavors. Thanks. Wow, the Rising Stones. Throwback, man. I miss this place. Gonna see Archer Boulder and his two hoes. The sisters who've fawned over him. Oh, they're not here. It's because they're in Gridania. I always see them in Gridania next to the Mikero's amphitheater. Kryle. There was much and more to take care of in Garlemald, even after tending to the wounded. I shall be sure to share a full report with Ajika. Raha. Feels like a lifetime ago I first set foot within these walls. Though given we've all experienced a lifetime's worth of triumphs and tribulations in the interim, perhaps that is only natural. Shtola. 'Tis a pity my stay in Tural came to such an abrupt end. I should like to make arrangements to remain in touch with Shale. Thancred. Since leaving for Tural, we've been almost constantly on the move. It feels good to put my feet up in familiar stamping grounds. Yeah, man. Urianger. In spite of time's vicissitudes, some things endure. This sanctuary is surely among them. Yes. Feel a great sense of nostalgia and peace to be in this place. Alizé. At times like this, the company of friends is all the more precious. Alphino. Nary a thing has changed since we last gathered here. No doubt Tataru is chiefly responsible for the prevailing state of tidiness. Speaking of whom, she and a great many of our comrades are en route. Let us wait for them a while longer. Archer Boulder. He's coming.
Long it hath been since last we gathered here.
Too true, brother.
Though our order's dissolution was indeed in name only, thereafter we did largely operate independent of one another. All of which is to say, full glad am I to stand in such esteemed company once more.
Hear, hear. Me too, brother.
Apologies for our delay.
Oh, it's Hoary Boulder. Oh, there's Archer Boulder. Damn, it's the whole crew. Whoa, cool. Whoa, Flaming as well.
We're reporting for duty, as bid.
This is everyone that we could round up on short notice. The others are still en route. Estinian alone we weren't able to make contact with, but we're working on it.
Same as always.
No doubt his link pearl is buried at the bottom of his bag. Knowing him, he'll turn up when we least expect it.
Now, as much as I'd like to savor our reunion, Tataru tells us there have been developments. Will you apprise us of the details?
Nice.
The Winterers and the Solstice.
The veracity of Halmarut's claims remains unclear. Yet it cannot be denied that, in his bid to convert the living into endless, Calyx was privy to knowledge of the reflections and more.
And the Winterers are formed of others, like him.
In light of the recent Voidsent incursions, I believe it would be wise to treat the Solstice as a genuine threat. The problem is how to deal with it.
Both the Source and the Reflections are home to irreplaceable life. I would protect them all if I could. But if doing so means ushering in complete annihilation, then what can we possibly do?
I wonder, was Hydaelyn aware of the solstice?
Given that we had no knowledge of it when you journeyed to Elpis, you couldn't have warned Venar. So it is entirely possible she was unaware. But in the course of sustaining the Sundered Star, she may have glimpsed this eventuality.
What will you say? I don't think she had any way of knowing, or I think she knew and chose to trust in us. Yeah, I think she knew. That little scoundrel.
So she believed that we could overcome this trial as well. Or rather, that the choice was ours to make.
Exactly.
Whichever it may be, it is we who must find the answer. We who live in the here and now.
Perhaps we could take a recess? Oh, I dare say everyone could use a rest.
Indeed. We have ample food for thought, and it would be good to catch each other up.
Ere I forget, Heron, I believe you should keep the key, Ethos, in your possession. After all, it seems that is one mystery I am not destined to unravel.
Damn, she fine. Hello. Tataru. Look how small she is. It seems our colleagues have much to catch each other up on. I shall have to brew some tea. Yeah. Well, everyone's here. Cool. Alright, where to start? Where to start? Let's start with Alize. Alize. Don't worry about me. I'm sure you've plenty to discuss with all these old faces. Alphino. This was by no means an easy decision, but as the solstice is now our paramount concern, Alize and I have opted to formally withdraw our efforts in Garlemald. After all, anything we can do to protect our world will also serve to keep the Garleans safe. Alize. Eulis and his comrades are already working towards a brighter future of their own accord. Honestly, I'm more worried about us. It's so difficult to see the path ahead. But hopefully we can get through this and return to Garlemald with our heads held high one day. Alphino. Indeed. In the meantime, let us prepare a letter for Eulis and the community. We mustn't let despair stay our hand. Alphino. We hardly had time to catch up with Mother and Father back in Sharlayan. I hope they don't take umbrage at so brief a visit. Nah, why would they do that? Come on, man. They know we're saving the world. Urianger. Tataru is ever the considerate facilitator. Grateful am I to refrain from weighty discussions and simply converse with old friends. Thancred. After Urianger and I went off on our own, we decided to spend some time exploring Jacques Tural. We never had the chance to visit during the Rite of Succession, you see. We journeyed east through Lozenita before heading up the coast to the frigid northern reaches, where they revere a storied beast of the sea. The excursion only served to reinforce just how diverse Tural really is. Urianger. We also met with the Wallaki. Though we had not the time to study their arts at length, we were privy to several intriguing demonstrations. Would that we could have indulged our curiosity further and travelled to yet more distant lands. For better or for worse, pragmatism tempered our wanderlust. Thancred. Suffice it to say, we still have plenty to see of the continent. I should very much like to return, given the chance. Apparently, the landscape in the far south of Yoktural is quite unique as well. I can see why Kittenram was so enamored with the vastness of it all. Clements. Oh, Enor, I hoped you'd come to your senses, but I see you're still in the throes of withdrawal. Enor. The brothers are reunited, yet a distance between them persists. How cruel fate is to force me to choose. She still hasn't made up her mind, huh? Her heart. Shtola. Judging by your guise, Clements, your studies must have been productive. Clements. Indeed. I have more or less mastered the fundamental principles of Sharlayan astrology. At one point I considered exploring other healing arts, but decided to persevere with more focused training to better leverage my skills on the battlefield. Enor. I don't think I'd be much use on a battlefield these days. I can scarcely hold my bow steady, let alone hit a target. So sorely bereft of brotherly ministrations as I am. Clemens. I knew you still required constant supervision. Shtola. You two haven't changed in the slightest. It makes me wonder how our colleagues that couldn't join us today are faring. Seeing the two siblings together made me think of my sisters and half-sisters. All 12 of us actually had the opportunity to gather not so long ago. Cool. Let's talk to these two. Nah. Yeah, nah. These ones. Coltenay. This latest development is indeed a shock, but I am heartened to see not a single face clouded with despair. These guys are my favorite. If for me. I helped repel the Void-sent incursion in Lapis Manalis. Fighting off fiend-controlled Galatea is something I won't rush to relive, but it was nonetheless good training. Babe. Ori Boulder. Coltenet and I had remained in Corvos to monitor the situation among the Garleans and the Corvosi. Though seldom smooth sailing, in time the region settled and we were able to return. Coltenet. I understand the Garlean community has made great strides in improving relations with other peoples. Hearing that, I feel renewed zeal for resolving the issues in Corvos. For me, then perhaps you'd like to hear more about the Garlean's accomplishments from me and the twins. It might stoke that fire even hotter. Ori Boulder. I don't suppose your adventures have taken you to Corvos? While it still bears the scars of war, 'tis a beautiful region and well worth a visit. That name came up in the latest Criterion. I don't know if we went there. I think it was just saying it was very similar to Corvos or something like that. I can't remember. Kryl. Hearing our comrades' tales reminds me of my efforts to master Pictomancy. We've all come so far, striven so hard. Raha. Even after discussing the revelations concerning Calyx, there is a great deal to share. It is difficult to know where to begin. Archer Boulder. Enor and I were training in Gridania when Void-sent attacked the Twelveswood. Thankfully, we were able to fend them off with the help of the Twin Adders. When I heard the invasion had already spread across the star, I realized the gravity of the situation and ordered a confidential report sent to the other Scions. Kryl. That's why Tataru was so quickly apprised. Thanks to you, we were able to make haste for Garlemald. Raha. While circumstance and duty may keep us apart, we remain bound by common purpose. Boulder. Indeed. May that purpose continue to guide us now that we stand together once again. I hadn't seen Hori for some time until today. Hopefully he gets a sense of the progress I've made since last we met. I love these guys. Tataru. It seems everyone has much and more to discuss with one another. Anyway, you're overdue for a proper break. The peace and quiet will help you think. Feel free to make yourself comfortable in Dawn's respite. Hey, where was Flamin? Didn't get to see her.
Of course, should it serve to satisfy your ambition, you are welcome to deal with the reflections as you deem fit. Like the pariah and wanderer who satisfied his own when he brought the star to the brink of ruin to face you.
Xenos.
I detest evenings such as this. Too bright, too stimulating. The mind distracted by the inconsequential. You needn't be so wary. I merely come to offer information before my departure. Halmarut and I will soon cross the rift to observe the enactment of another Winter's plan. Our destination is the fourth. A world locked in ice, whose lands are blanketed in thick clouds. In order to survive, man has fled to the skies, using great magics to establish new civilizations.
What will you say? That sounds exciting. Why tell me where you're going? Yeah, that one.
I have my own designs I would see realized. Nothing more. Believe me or don't, as you like. For all I know, you lack the means to follow us anyway. What Halmarut said to you earlier. She suggested that dealing with the reflections might satisfy your ambition. But is that truly so? You have seen battles beyond counting, have defeated even the fear of death. Is there some conclusion that you seek, no matter the cost? I will share with you a truth. We Winterers each have an ambition that we wish to fulfill. To that end, we may share information with one another, but we do not necessarily share the same beliefs. Just as you and yours decried my actions, I find those of my fellows objectionable. Be that as it may, it is the culmination of our lives' works that we would bring to the world, fruits born of undying devotion, daring aspiration, and unwavering ideals. No matter how we are reviled, no matter what we must steal, our actions will be vindicated by those who abide in the future we create. In your benevolence, you may seek to save everything and everyone. But once all is consequently consigned to oblivion, your noble deeds will amount to nothing more than folly. For no living soul shall remain to judge them.
If shattered stars are doomed to mend, how turns the key to winter's end? Finito. Tataru. I'll let you know when discussions are set to resume. Until then, please do get some rest. Femi. Alphino and Alizé saw fit to relinquish their responsibilities in Garlemald and concentrate on the fight ahead. I shall likewise be reprising my duties as a scion, wherever they may take me. Reprising. Coltene. Few tales of Tural reach Corvos, even today. I'd like to hear of your adventures next time we meet. Ocher Boulder. I've been making headway with my training, but I have a long way to go compared to present company. I look forward to learning from the very best again someday. Just like old times. Urianger. We must needs ascertain the veracity of Halmarut's claims. I shall send word to my colleagues in Charlian. They may be able to offer us valuable insights. Thancred. As the word of the mother, Minfilia conveyed the will of the star. Surely she would have known if nature itself ran counter to that will. Kryl. I wonder whose voice it was that named the key Ethos. The more we learn, the more mysteries abound. Alizé. You ought to let Euless know you met with Zero. I'm sure he'll wish to hear she's faring well. Ishtola. You know what? I might try to do that actually, after I speak with everyone. Ishtola. When you have a moment, I should like to hear more of your trip to the 13th. But not right now. Clemens. Enor. At least feign a little interest in your sister. This obsession has gone too far. Enor. Looks like there's a lull in the conversation. This is my chance. Ori Boulder. Sounds like you faced a tough fight in the void. I know your instinct is to charge into the fray, but even heroes need rest. Alphino. I will continue to keep abreast of the situation in Garlemald via reports from the Ilsebard contingent. Should another crisis arise, we will not hesitate to provide our support. Ra. Knowing that a connection persists between the 1st and the 13th fills me with joy. Man, why'd they show Flamin if she's not here? Is she hiding in the back rooms or something? Flamin, where are you? Bullcocky. She definitely wouldn't be in this front room, right? The soul something. That's where the warring triad guy is. Well, that's where he used to be. He moved to the 13th? No. The 13th. Whatever. One with the light. 13th. What was the 13th, right? No, that's where we just were. The source? We're in the source. I can't remember the fucking numbers anymore. Alright, let's read the codex. It's the last thing to do. And then we'll try and see if there's anyone at Tertium. Logs, no duty, collection, Unending Codex. Alright, Euless. Pierre Norbanus. Officer of the 1st Imperial Legion of Garlemald. An officer of the 1st Imperial Legion, Euless's hard-working nature had earned him the esteem of his superiors, and he was regarded as the most promising among his peers. When Anima was summoned as the 1st and 3rd Legions clashed following Emperor Varus' death, Euless chanced to be reporting to the wounded Quintus van Cinna and so escaped the Icon's corrupting influence. His parents and younger siblings, however, did not share his fortune. They were tempered a mere day before they were due to flee the city, and Iulus was forced to kill them in self-defense. I remember that. After that tragedy, Iulus abided in grief and hunger in the bitter cold. Yet a glimmer of hope remained, for Quintus had dispatched a messenger to the 10th. By marshalling the might of the legions garrisoned in the provinces, the legatus aimed to take back the imperial palace, which had been transformed into the monstrous Tower of Babel, Anima's lair. Thence, they would work to rebuild their broken empire, or so he envisioned. The help that arrived was instead the Ilsebard contingent, a company formed of Garlemald's enemies. Their presence aroused fear and suspicion in the surviving citizens, and many vowed to never give up the fight. Yet, even as the first maintained its defiant stance, the ice began to thaw between Iulus and the Levior twins, who sought to establish dialogue at risk of their own lives. On a mission to scavenge ceruleum in the city's ruins, Iulus painted for them pictures of the imperial capital in better days, of the laughter and song that filled the streets, and the grass that flourished during the short, sweet summers. Such heartfelt moments did not continue, for Quintus decided to ransom Alphino and Alizé in exchange for the contingent's supplies and withdrawal. Iulus steeled himself as he arrived at Camp Broken Glass to deliver the demands, with the instruction to eliminate the invaders no matter the cost should negotiations fail. And fail they did. Ere blood could be spilled, however, Commander Lucia Unius revealed to Iulus that the 10th had petitioned the aid of the Grand Company of Eorzea. Communication between the legions had broken down, and the 10th itself had suffered a mass desertion of its provincial troops, severely diminishing its capacity for war. In that instant, all hopes for the first were crushed. Later, at the contingent's encampment, Iulus found himself among men whom he once might have faced in battle. One offered him a mug of hot soup, along with earnest words of empathy, little things that helped him to move forward. Afterwards, Iulus himself would fall victim to tempering, but he was thankfully cured and fought alongside the comrades both old and new against the threats of the final days. While that danger has since passed, much of Garlemald has fallen into ruin, and the path to recovery will be long and arduous. Even so, many Garleans chose to remain in their homeland, and, beginning with the establishment of a trade agreement with Razed Han, they took their first steps towards a brighter future. Working tirelessly as always, Iulus has become a central figure in this community, a role he naturally fell into, perhaps due to the rapport he formed with Alphino and Alizé, along with the caring instincts he honed as an elder brother. Of late, Iulus has struck up a friendship with an inhabitant of another reflection. Wherever she may be, he cannot help but worry for her well-being. It's Zira. He likes her. Living Way, Loporit leader. A rabbit-like people inhabiting the moon, the Loporits are said to have been created by Hydaelyn herself for the purpose of preparing for mankind's flight during the final days. Living Way is the individual responsible for directing the Loporits' millennia-long efforts and the self-proclaimed right paw of Hydaelyn. Loporit's history is inextricably tied to the satellite upon which they reside. In the Ancients' bid to avert the catastrophe of the final days, they summoned Zodiark, the first primal, to rewrite the star's laws and strengthen its weakened celestial currents. Binah and her followers had a different vision for the future, Yet even they understood that Atheris would not survive or Zodiac to be destroyed. Thus did they seek to seal him away beyond mankind's reach, bringing into being the entity Hydaelyn, who in turn created the moon to be his prison. The Watcher, the overseer of Zodiac's imprisonment, spoke of Hydaelyn not as an omnipotent being, but as one ever forced to consider desperate measures to avert calamity. As such, she had fashioned the moon with another purpose in mind. Should Zodiac cease to exist, the satellite would also serve as an ark to bear the people of Atheris to the safety of a distant star. Despite her precautionary measures, however, there was at first naught on the moon save Zodiac himself. It fell to the Loporrits, whose creation coincided with that of the celestial vessel, to toil for untold centuries in preparation for a journey that would hopefully never come to pass. Building upon the research of Venar's faction into the world's hidden workings, they began the manufacture of the Hyperhopper and other such mechanisms required for cosmic navigation. Even more challenging were the arrangements for bringing people to the moon itself. Producing a breathable atmosphere for the star's refugees was but the first of many tasks ahead. The Loporrits established environmental foundations, then entered dormancy until said elements stabilized, a cycle they would repeat over and over until the moon became a habitable vessel. They also received knowledge of the present age from collaborators on the star's surface, members of Sharlayan's forum who had heard Hydaelyn's voice. Their compendium on Atheris' people, complete with blank pages for updates, remains one of Livingway's most treasured possessions. When Zodiac was at last returned to Ether, the moon's role was shifted wholly from prison to transportation. As matters would have it, however, the Scion's preliminary visit exposed several glaring problems with the Loporrits' preparations. Having been tailored to the ancients' towering statures, the amenities were far too large, and the clothing, foodstuffs, and dwellings upon which they had worked so hard received unexpectedly lukewarm appraisals. So it was that a trembling Livingway and her compatriots turned to Urianger as a potential co-conspirator, requesting that he carry word of a perfect lunar paradise to those below. Untrue or not, the people of Atheris had to be convinced to evacuate the star post-haste, lest the final days claim countless lives. For all else aside, the Loporrits harbored a profound love for mankind. While Hydaelyn had indeed imbued them with a great fondness for the creatures of Atheris, they had also spent countless years gazing up at that blue orb, working eagerly towards the day they would finally welcome its inhabitants in person. In the end, the moon never fulfilled its purpose as a starship. Atheris' people chose to resist the coming of the final days, and it was the Ragnarok which became home to the satellite's Hyperhopper and other technological marvels. Now that the existential threat is no more, Livingway and her fellows must search for new meaning to their lives. But the joy they find in helping people remains unchanged. Livingway is tireless in her own personal quest, dreaming of the day she is lauded as mankind's staunchest ally, and the greatest Loporrit to ever live. Ugh. Man, that's tiring. Okay, that's everything. Guess I'll go to Tertium now as a final thing. See if Euless is there. Euless! So you met with Zero. Honestly, once I gave you the dumplings, I realized it was a silly request. After all, There was no guarantee you'd see her. I'm glad you did, of course. Let's hope the day comes when such treats are commonplace in the void. And where else? There was one other place. The back room, I guess. Maybe speak with Shale. See if she has anything interesting to say. What's down here? Shale. Ethos. So that's its name. Though the mechanism is unclear, it took you where you wish to go. I was less enthused to learn of Calyx's survival. Anyway, I shall continue my investigation. Take care of yourself and keep in touch. Thanks, I will. Same as always. Well, guess that's everything. That was shorter than I imagined, but I suppose it's a two-part patch, MSQ. It's first half now, and the second half is like in September or something. But it was a decent length, and it was decent story-wise, I guess. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I wonder if, you know, what'd be cool is if the what do they call it? Solstice? Yeah, all the shards going back together. What they should do is make it so, you know, a Realm Reborn 2.0. So it'll all fuse together, kill everyone, but somehow we're teleported away. And then it'll be Final Fantasy Online 20 or something like that. Yeah. We can have better graphics, even better gameplay. That probably won't happen. Winter appears. Yeah. I don't know. Pretty good, I guess. Calyx is kind of shit, but he's a little better than usual. Hammer, it's kawaii. It's interesting. Yeah. I don't know. Not a lot to work on. Not much to ponder. Although it just seemed like they were referencing Xenos a bit there. Unless I'm mistaken. It sounded like him via the description. And that was right after the, what do you call it? The scythe fell. Like, why else would you put a scythe there, right? Scythe falls from the sky. And we are going to Reaper lands. Since we're going to be going to the 4th. You've seen the trailer, it shows like the Reapers and whatever. Well, that's pretty good. Anyway, GG's. Let me know what you think. Did you like it? I hope so. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. Oh, I hit 50 subscribers the other day. That's pretty freaking cool, man. Thanks. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you being here. Alright, I'm gonna go now. Goodbye. See you next time. Oh, I'll probably stream the Alliance raid at some point later on. Soon. Bye now.